everyone, welcome back to RTS, and what's on tap for today? We are starting our layout 4 of this 4 for 4 series, and we're also going to be scrapbooking 4 photos. Now mine are wallets, but yours don't have to be. You just have to get your photos out, or if you don't have your photos picked out, what you can do is create mats, and that's what I'm going to do because my photos have personal info and I don't want that all over the internet now, do I? So I'm using mats today, and this will be what my photos is, my representation for my photos. Okay, so what are we going to have today? So we are dwindling down on our papers. So for your paper number 1, you're going to pick out your 1/2 by 12-inch strip. Your paper number 2 will be 4 inches by 5.5, and your paper 3 will be 4 inches by 5.5. So paper 2 and 3 are exactly the same. And then for your 4th paper is 4 by 12. Okay, now I will say that again. 1/2 inch, paper 2 is, and 3 are the same size. These are the 4 by 5.5, and your paper 4 is the 4 by 12. Easy peasy. Okay, now we're going to have some leftovers in your pile, but that's okay. I just banged my knee. Oh, but that's okay because we have 4 cards we're going to do. Okay, so what we're going to do, you have your papers picked out, and then you should have 1 cardstock left. Now, if this cardstock is not jiving with the papers you have left, you know what I'm going to say? Go grab something else, because you might not know what your photos are going to be, and it might not be what you like, and no sweat, go get something else you like. Okay, so now, and then don't forget is that we also have this bonus sheet if you haven't used it yet. Okay, this will be an option. Okay, and then also too, remember we pulled some scraps. Okay, don't be afraid to use your scraps. Now, I purposely did not use them in the class materials because I wanted to show, if you just picked out 4 papers with a bonus, how far that would stretch. But indeed, this is another option, is our scraps. Okay, so what are we going to do for this layout? Oh, I wanted to answer something. Oh, I think I lost something. Okay, I lost a border sticker. Okay, layout 3. Someone had asked, what was this background sheet? This, sorry, I just said, This is, what was I saying? Okay, raccoon. Someone had asked what this background paper was. This is actually a Christmas paper, and I'll flip it over. That's what it is. It's a bow bunny. It's from Merry and Bright. Okay, and that what year? 2016. Okay, so that's what it is. And I just happened to notice that there's a snowflake. You can't make it out because I've looked at this paper many times. I just saw a snowflake in here. It's in the white. But you know what? In February in our area, it's still snowing, so it all works. It's all good. It probably, well, it was actually very cold. Look, we're all bundled up in our coats and scarves. So that's what that background paper was. And then also too, with my background that I have this time, which is, I just let it lay in here. Would you believe this is another Christmas paper? Yes, it is. You wouldn't tell because, it's solid on one side and wood grain on the other. But that is from the Echo Park I Love Christmas by Lori Whitlock. And that was 2016 as well. Okay, so that's what those papers are. Okay, so what are we going to do? Since my layout 3, I had in my class notes, it was supposed to be horizontal, but I ended up going vertical. But isn't that the beauty of having basic designs? You can make it whichever way you want. So in this one, I'm going to make sure I go horizontal because that way I have 2 of each, just for our class notes. So we have these papers, and automatically right off the bat, you see what I'm doing. I'm just sitting here and playing because honestly, oh my goodness, there are so many ways to do this just with these 4 pieces of paper. And I think what it is because they're not huge, so you can manipulate them around. And also too, you have 4 colors, 4 different patterns. So any which way you do this is going to be fine. Okay, so of course, if you're a 2-page gal, whatever we do on the left, you're just going to copy, do a mirror image on the right. Okay, and so if you have bigger photos than mine are just simply going to be 2.5 by 3.5. And I will be doing more matting. So this is just my photos. And I made sure I put on here which is going to be vertical and which is going to be horizontal because in my photos, I have 2 different types of orientation. So when I build my page, I want to make sure I keep that in mind. Okay, so what we're going to do is you simply can take this 1/2 inch strip, put it right on top of your 4, put that in the middle, and then you can manipulate these 2 squares however you want. You could go in the middle, you could go to the left, you could go to the right. That is so simple. Or you can shift it up, put these in the middle. Again, this is all horizontal format. But then, of course, what we're going to do. I mean, look at this design right here. I just moved this up to about 1/3. And then we're going to flip this to a vertical. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's your basic bare bones design, and it looks absolutely great. However, now I'm going to put my photos here just so you could see. I have 2 verticals and 2 horizontals, and since my text is going in the horizontal mostly, that's probably how I'll do my horizontal photos. Okay, so we have 2 vertical here. Okay, so I could do my 2 vertical shots here, my 2 horizontal shots there. Okay, now that looks good. I could put my title up here, journaling down here, clusters, bing, bang, boom, I'm done. I mean, is that not just wonderful? But now watch if I just go ahead and I want a vertical format. Oh, yeah. Again, of course, this would be my vertical photos. I have V on here, so I'll move that up there. Okay. And then I have my 2 horizontals, and I could go any which way with those. I could put them like this. I could, you know, cattywampus them, make them not so linear. I mean, is it just not lovely? Lovely. Okay, but what else can we do? Okay, so in the horizontal fashion, you know, we can go clear up to the top. Okay, you can put these down here. Okay, or we could go clear down to the bottom, and all I would do is rotate this. Okay, that's down to bottom. Do like this. Oh, isn't that nice? Wow, love. Okay, so you can simply do that. You can move it to the middle, move down to the bottom, flush it to the bottom, and you could stagger those. You could put title up here, journaling down here, or journaling here, title here. There's just absolutely no wrong way. Okay, so again, if you don't know where to start, here's what you can always do. Start in the middle. Start in the middle and work your way from there. And then go to the top, flush it to the top, or you could flush it down to the bottom. Okay, and then just play with your 2 squares here. Okay, and you could actually just butt them right on top of there, because don't forget, you know, we have border strips, border stickers, we have washi, we have ribbon. I mean, it's endless. Okay, so then watch what I do here. You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this vertical again. No matter what you do, and again, you could put ribbon on top of washi. You could put ribbon where those 2 seams meet. That is pretty. Remember, I had this left over. I could simply put that right there, and I just keep playing until I figure out. Now I have these. Now if these are the 3 pieces that I didn't use, you can bring them forth and you can include them. Actually, they match there, don't they? You can include them on that layout. Okay, and then don't forget, we have this. We have our bonus. So say if you have some of this left over, or if you have a scrap, what could we do? Okay, now again, 2-page gals, this would be your left, and then what you would do is you would mirror image that, and that would be your right. Okay, I mean, that's just pretty design. Okay, so if we had, I cut a 3.5-inch piece, bent corners. Don't you just love bent corners? Okay, so then what you can do is you could take your edge punch to this. Okay, I move all my extras here. I mean, because don't be afraid to play what you have left. Your border stickers, your border strips, your washi. And depending on what I do down here at the bottom, my navy might end up looking better down here at the bottom. And I think what I'm going to do is going to move this up a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do with my bonus sheet this time, I'm going to use my edge punch. And I'm going to try to get all 4 colors in. And because I wanted to get also some ribbon in. And also, you know, I have washi. You see what I'm saying? I want to get all 4 colors represented on my last layout. And that's what I will do. I will just keep playing until I like. Again, here's what I have. 2 vertical and I have 2 horizontals. But say you may have all 4 verticals. Let me show you here. Your 4 verticals, you can lay them simply across. And then just have a linear, you know, horizontal linear layout. Okay? And then if you have all horizontal, let me move this ribbon. And I haven't played with this ribbon. But that doesn't mean I can't get it in on the cards. Maybe I could get that in on this one. That's beautiful lace, isn't it? Beautiful. Maybe I could challenge myself to use something I haven't used on any of the other pages. Ooh, that's pretty. pretty. I don't know if that's going to match my mood and feel, because my photos are about mail that my daughter and I send back and forth. And one day she got a lot of mail, one day I got a lot of mail, and it was, you know, we were just talking about our mail day that day. So, okay, so I may get in that green, use my edge punch, or I may simply use my shape punch. Remember I had a circle shape punch, and I might use that for my layering on my clusters, which I did in layout 1. Could do that. Okay, so what I wanted to show, if you had horizontal. Okay, pretend these were all horizontals. You could put them in the middle, and you could simply do it like that. Or you could put them over here. Oh, isn't that a pretty design? Put your title up here, journaling down here. You can flush it to the right. Now, of course, these are with wallets. If you have bigger photos than that, then you would just simply adjust your background to accommodate your horizontals and use this as the offset method. Okay? Or you can put those right together like that and offset your photos like that. There is absolutely no wrong way. Oh, that's nice too. See, I just have those two mats butted up against each other, and I have my photos overlapping that seam. And then you can put some more paper behind that. If I could get that underneath there. So you see what I'm doing? I'm just playing. There's absolutely no wrong way. Okay. And again, guess what? Horizontal, vertical, either way. It's however, and a lot will be determined by how your photos are. Okay, and also too your mood and feel, your style, what you want to go with. So for my class notes, what did I have? I had this, and it's more or less in, let me look at my note here, about a third of the way down. And then I have these two, and these could be staggered. And I think what I'll do is I will put my photos here, and I'll have a little bit here, and I think that's how I'm going to do my photos. And my title is going to be here, but I'm left-handed. So I always seem to put my big heavy title on the left-hand side. So I think that's what I'm going to do. My journaling will fit right in here. Do some clusters. That's what I'm going to do. Again, vertical. There you go. You can run your title right up along this way. Like I think that was layout 2, I did that way. And then put some journaling here, cluster there. You're good. Okay, so that is what I have. Now, what I will do is I will look at my border stickers. Have these border stickers left. Oh, this would be nice. There would be my scallop. I could be lazy and not even use my edge punch because right there's a scalloped edge. I could do that. I could add this red up there. Or, you know, I had this washi strip left over. I could actually use my edge punch and go right to that. Definitely could fit that in. You know, I could just see what I can make with all my border stickers. Or I can get this ribbon in. Okay, gives that some texture. Because if you just use paper and stickers, you know, these border stickers, things seem to be flat. And these are my brads that I have left over. I have this left over. I have some stickers. And, of course, all my embellishments laid out. So, I think that will be what I do for layout 4. If you have any questions how to do yours, just put it in the comment section below. But I am pretty sure that is how mine's going to have to go. Now, when I cut my photos down, I'm going to just cut a mat, and I'll go 1/4 of an inch larger for my page because of my photos. And I think my title is actually going mail day. Now, for my title, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see which alpha I didn't use in the other 3, and maybe just get out of my comfort zone, use something new. Okay, so that's what I will do, and I will be back with the finished page for layout 4. Okay, I'm back with my finished page, and I'm also back with finished layout number 4. So yes, so excited. And so basically it went fast because our background design was already basically set forth what we were going to do. And so of course I put my 1/2 inch navy on top of my blue diagonal, and then I got in my bonus sheet because I wanted to add some green in. And I took 3.5 inches of my bonus sheet, and I used my edge punch. Yes, and I got this decorative element in here. And so then, of course, my two mats, I just flushed them to the left because I got out of my comfort zone, and I put my title up here on the right because I usually put it over here. But I want to try something different, get out of my comfort zone. And so remember, I had this 1/2 inch piece left over from another layout. And I just cut that down, and of course I used my hexagon punch, which they're always near my desk, and I used that as a base for my cluster and my title, and so that's what that looks like. And so how did I know to put a pink label up here? Because I didn't have pink anyplace else, and so that's why I put a pink label there. Put the date, some hearts, because my heart creates a visual triangle with the rest of my page. And then of course I used my birds for my sticker sheets, because when I think of mail and doves and carrier pigeons and all that, you know, that's why I used the birds. That's what it made me think of. And so then with my background, I got my ribbon in, I got a border sticker, and I got washi in. Now with that green dot ribbon, how I do my ribbon, and I wish I would have did this years ago, because I honestly have ribbon on some layouts that are just so cattywampus on my pages, my older layouts. Maybe someday if I have the gumption I'll redo them, but they'll just stay that way for now. So I take my score tape and actually put it to my layout. And let me roll this back on, because this score tape is super sticky. It's great adhesive. And then what I did was I then just cut a little extra, and I took my ribbon and I flipped it over on the back. That's how I did that. Stays very secure when you put in a page protector. Love score tape for ribbon. Okay, so then my border sticker, my washi, got all three of those elements on there. And if you don't have ribbon, border sticker, and washi, that's okay. Just use what you have. You know, you have your bonus sheet, you have some scraps. Repeat. If you use ribbon up here, you could use ribbon down there. Okay, so then I added a little cluster here just to give it a little more interest. I didn't want it to look too plain. And if you notice on my pages, I use the number 3 all the time. And I do that because there's 3 in my little family. And so whatever number of people are in your little family, whatever you consider your family, you can use that number on any page you do, because it's about you and your family, right? So if there's 2, there's 8, there's 12, 25, whatever, just use that number all the time. And so that's something I've done for years. And then down here I have a little cluster, again with the bird, a couple little repetitive elements from up in my top cluster, and I used a couple leftovers, and of course I got the hearts in my visual triangle. So that is how simple and fast I came together. Now my mats, I cut them 1/4 inch bigger than my photos, and so I'll have 2 vertical and 2 horizontal. So that's my 4 photos. And of course I can't put them on my page because it has too much personal information of address and names and zip codes, and we don't want that on the internet now, do we? No. So that is that's my photos. And then I have about 3 strips of journaling that will go here. And that is basically my page. Came together so quick. Again, so quick. And again, I wanted to say, I got another question. Quick Dry does not look like this. It now looks like this, and it's called tacky. So not only is the bottle look different, the label, the name, everything, but it's supposed to be the same formula. So we got to go with what Scotch says, right? So, but I've used it. It works, seemed like it works the same. And I did want to say with these puffy stickers, I am finding that with puffy stickers, you're going to have to add extra adhesive, because I don't put my layouts away right away, and I'm glad I don't, because then you go find things are missing, and these puffy hearts or any kind of puffy sticker seems to be popping off. So I just use Quick Dry for that. Okay, now I also had shared in another video that when you have overhang, and I did, even though these were all cut at 12 inches, things still didn't meet up. So what you want to do is you want to flip it over, use long blade scissors, let me get that off of there, that guide, and then cut from the back. Okay, just gives you a better cut, a straighter cut, and then you don't seem to cut into your pattern papers and design as much. So that's another little tip. Okay, so that is our layout 4 in our series. So are we done? No. Come back on Saturday, because that's when we're going to do our 4 cards. We're going to do all 4 of them in one day. They're going to be simple designs, and then you're going to make them your own by your embellishments you have left over. So you'll have a few pieces of pattern paper left over. You may have some paper left over from matting, and you may have some left over from your bonus sheet. Okay, so we will go over all that in our next video. So that is on Saturday. So that means keep your embellishments to your left and to the right, because we're not done yet. Okay, so come back on Saturday. Come back to RTS, because you never know what we're going to learn. Bye.